That was the three solos to POWERSLAVE by Dave Murray, Adrian Smith, and Dave Murray again. Coming in as my fifth honorable mention on the top 100 solo list. When I first got this list and first looked through it, of course I looked for some of my favorite solos and some of my favorite guitar players and where they slotted in on the list. You know, where's Cliffs of Dover, and where's Steve Vai, and where's Eddie Van Halen, and where's Alex Lifeson, and where's Iron Maiden? There was no Iron Maiden. I was shocked. I couldn't believe that Iron Maiden did not make this list. Iron Maiden are one of the most important heavy metal bands of the last 40 years, with two of the most highly respected and talented guitar players in the business. And they did not make the top 100 solo list. You know, so many solos, and over the course of 40 years, these two guys put together. And just brilliant stuff. And they weren't on the list. And so I figured I better rectify that. Considering the fact that I basically consider myself a metal guitar player, and I've done four honorable mentions to this point, and none of them have been metal. I did Dave Gilmour and Bert Navarre of the Knack, and Alex Lifeson of Rush, and Gary Moore. And I figured it's high time to get some metal on this list. So I've always loved the solo to POWERSLAVE. I always thought it perfectly encompassed what Dave Murray and Adrian Smith were as guitar players. I figured I would do POWERSLAVE, but I went online first to see if my choice was the right choice, because they have so many great solos. And so even though it was my first choice to do, I went online to see, you know, what the general consensus was as far as Iron Maiden solos go. And it is generally considered one of the best Iron Maiden solos. So it just solidified my decision to add it to my honorable mention list. Just a great solo, great trio of solos. Dave Murray's opening solo to this is so gorgeous, and the tone he has on his guitar is just incredible. And I just love this solo. There's so much you can learn from this solo, even as like a beginner to intermediate player. It's not a fast solo, so you don't need to have fleet fingers on you. You know, there's just some great bends and great vibrato and some nice legato and sliding in and out of notes and a few quick little runs, but it's just one of the most beautiful solos he had ever put together for any Iron Maiden song. And then it kicks into gear with the Adrian Smith solo and this little... And that just starts the solo galloping along, as Iron Maiden often does. And just a killer Adrian Smith solo. I've always been more of a Dave Murray fan than Adrian Smith. He's got such a smooth soloing style, and his technique and his tone. I always preferred over Adrian Smith, but Adrian Smith's no slouch at all whatsoever. These two guys were probably my biggest influence as a metal guitar player when I was a young lad learning how to play guitar. You know, my main influences were probably Eddie Van Halen. When I was, when I was 16, 17, 18 years old, back in the late 70s, early 80s, it was Eddie Van Halen, Alex Lifeson of Rush. But as far as metal goes, it was these two guys from Maiden that I stole all my licks and tricks and things from. God, I learned a lot of Iron Maiden solos when I was a teenager. And, my soloing style is so similar to Dave Murray's soloing style because I stole so much from him. He's basically responsible for my my style. Just, a lot of natural minor. It was the first scale I ever learned, the natural minor scale. And I advise you to move on from the pentatonic if you're still noodling around in the pentatonic, to get into the natural minor scale, because it's only 2 extra notes. Pentatonic's 5 notes, the diatonic natural minor is 7 notes. It just adds so much flavor to a solo, and these guys use the natural minor scale a lot, and as a result I use the natural minor scale a lot. And these 3 solos are basically all natural minor, and they're in what are we in? We're in B. That solo's in B. All 3 solos, I think, were in B. B minor, natural minor. And so anyway, 3 just killer Iron Maiden solos, and I think I played them fairly well. I could have played the Adrian Smith solo a little better, I think. I had some trouble with the tone on that one, so I just said fuck it, and I threw some phaser on it and some chorus, but I worked on that tone over and over, and I just could not nail that tone. Very frustrating. And but I think I got the Dave Murray tone pretty well. So anyway, that's it for this week. That is POWERSLAVE, the 3 solos to POWERSLAVE, as my 5th honorable mention. These honorable mentions are not in any particular order until I get to number 1. Number 1 is a solo that I've already chosen, and that will be a solo that should be number 1 and should be on this list without doubt. And it will be my number 1 honorable mention, but the other 9 are in no particular order, really. So anyway, I'm on to some Santana next with Europa, and I do not know this piece. I listened to it for the first time the other day. I've never really gotten into Santana. It sounds like a long 4-minute instrumental, and I got to learn the whole thing, so this could take me a week, a good solid week to get this together. I've never played Santana, I've never doodled around with Santana, so I really don't know what I'm getting myself into, but I'm looking forward to it. So anyway, take care of yourselves, up the irons, and hope you like this one. And we'll see you next week. Ciao.